Hello, Range Rover Doctor here. So today we're going to talk about that topic we have all been waiting for. Is the L405 reliable? Let's find out. The reliability of Land Rovers, particularly Range Rovers, has been a topic of debate for decades, both amongst users and automotive reviewers. Today, we will examine this question with a focus of one of the most desirable Range Rovers ever made, the 2014 to 2022 Range Rover L405. In some places, that would be the 2013 to 2022 Range Rover L405. We'll approach this from two perspectives: the end user and the automotive mechanic, using Nigeria as a case study while incorporating global references. Before diving in, it's important to clarify two key terms: reliability, which in automotive terms refers to a vehicle's ability to consistently perform over time without unexpected issues. And then durability. Durability speaks to a vehicle's ability to withstand wear and tear over an extended period while still functioning properly. These definitions will serve as the foundation of our discussion as we analyze the L405. The Range Rover L405 was designed as a successor to the legendary L322, which served from 2003 to 2012. The L405 belongs to the luxury sport utility vehicle category, a niche that straddles supercars, luxury yachts, and private jets. One of its defining features is its engine lineup, which we'll talk about now, particularly the V8. The earlier versions had the naturally aspirated V8, which has about 375 brake horsepower with about 375 PS of torque thereabout, and then the supercharged V8, which has outputs from 510 to 575 brake horsepower with about 461 PS to 517 PS of torque in some models. These engines places the L405 amongst the high-performance vehicles. For reference purposes, let's look at the 2014 Lamborghini Gallardo that has about 550 to 570 bhp, and the Ferrari 458, that's about 597. This powerful the Range Rover L405 engine is. Now, let's look at two other models. Let's look at the Lexus LX570, the 2014 year about, which is about a mere 383 bhp. And of course, the more powerful G63, which is about 536 brake horsepower. Now, the L405 holds its own in terms of power and prestige, because in our study we noticed that very few people that loved the Range Rover L405 wanted the G63. So now we'll go to who was the Range Rover made for, the L405. The L405 was designed for a specific clientele: individuals who have already attained other luxuries in life and desire a vehicle to complement that status. It is a luxury accessory as much as a vehicle. So, back to engines. I need to say this. In this context, Range Rover with smaller engines, for example, the V6 variant, may not fully embody the brand's premium essence, and their reliability will not be addressed here, to be addressed in a separate discussion. So let's be clear on this. The Range Rover was not designed for economic purposes. Its focus is on luxury, performance, safety, and durability. These priorities come with maintenance demands that reflect its class. So you don't just wake up and say you want to buy a Ferrari without thinking about maintenance. So we'll get back to that. Let's go to reliability. What makes a vehicle reliable? Reliability, as defined earlier, means running without unexpected issues. The Range Rover L405 service booklet provides clear maintenance guidelines and emphasizes the importance of high quality fuel. Now, let's look back in our region, like Nigeria, where we have low octane fuel, where it's so prevalent. Vehicles that come here will require to be detuned by the dealer. So barely do we see cars that here that come to us that were bought from our local dealer. We found out that 90% of complaints about the L405 in Nigeria involved vehicles imported from the US grey market. Those engines are not, they're powerful engines. They're not optimized for our local conditions, unless, for example, you always use the octane booster, which when you buy a Range Rover and you're thinking about the cost of a can of octane booster on every fill up. We'll get to that. So let's look at the common issues, because we're talking about reliability here. Common issues of the L405. Let's just discuss a very common issue. So like any other performance car, the L405 has its own share of quirks. For example, the very, very famous water pump leakage, which have led to many engine failures. But I always specify this can be avoided the way it should be. I will say it here. Yes, I said it will hurt. Even if I have to put myself on the line, I'll let you know. Walk up to the dealership, buy a brand new Land Rover and maintain it. If you're buying a used Land Rover or a Land Rover you can afford and you bring it to our workshop, we'll do the same. We will maintain it the way Land Rover intended, and we'll give you the prices for the OEM parts, the original parts. Please watch our previous video on this. For those sets of people who prioritize reliability over luxury, we also offer options like the Lexus through our affiliate workshop. Yes, our affiliate workshop for the Lexus has kicked off. Not everyone with money is Range Rover ready, and that's quite okay. For me, as the Range Rover Doctor, I will proudly maintain my 2008 Range Rover Sport L320 in pristine condition and work to restore a 2011 Range Rover L322 as my flagship. Both will represent the standards of excellence Range Rover ownership demands. That is my own level. It is not by force to own a Range Rover. The Range Rover is not just it is not just a car. The Range Rover is not just a car. It's a lifestyle. If you're ready for it, it will reward you with unparalleled performance, luxury, and durability. So next time you're out there and you see a clean Range Rover, please salute the owner. It's not easy to own a Range Rover. Somebody once said to me, if you show up with a Range Rover at any event, be it any year of Range Rover, from the oldest to the newest, it will represent, as long as it's in factory pristine condition, without, of course, your modification of so here I must mention all that. Like I said, I don't a lot of I might step on a lot of toes, but it is what it is. We'll talk about the upgrades. Upgrade. So you upgrade the entire external of your car, and the engine is dead. So engines have lifespan. Different manufacturers have. So you should rebuild your engine or buy a brand new engine, or the interior, fix your car so everything is in pristine condition before you think about it. In fact, why do you want to upgrade it? Why do you want the car to be what it isn't? I think the best practice is to leave it as the manufacturer built it. We can't know better than the manufacturer. They built the car. If you know better than them, build your own car. So that's it on Land Rovers and the Range Rover L405 and reliability. So remember, guys, Range Rovers to starters, and buy a Range Rover you can afford to maintain. So the fact that you want a millionaire does not automatically give you a ticket to be on that table of millionaires. So the fact that you won a ticket that gave you 1 millionaire does not give you a ticket to be on the table with millionaires. Because if you spend just 1 naira out of that 1 million, you get kicked off that table. As long as you do not have sustenance for that millionaire threshold, you cannot be on the table with millionaires. So that's it. If you cannot afford a Range Rover, do not get a Range Rover. Range Rover Doctor has been an awesome evening with you guys, talking about the reliability of the L405. See you on our next topic, where we'll be talking about what to expect when you have the L405 and how to go about it, proper maintenance. Ciao.
Seeing like my first drive through the estate, and it's not a car that I would have seen around there. I see Range Rover as an inspirational car. From a young age, I always saw it as something that I wanted to aspire to, and that would mean that I've kind of accomplished some of my goals in life.
I'd always associated Land Rover and Range Rover with adventure, with excitement. It wasn't ever just a journey, it was always more than that. It was always like a little expedition. As a teenager, I loved following the Camel Trophy, and you see these yellow Range Rovers going through the jungle. I remember maths, because my maths folder was a Camel Trophy folder with a yellow Range Rover in the front. So that to me was the highlight. That's all I remember really from maths. That was as far as it went.
A Range Rover to me is something very special. It's my office. I travel over 100,000 miles a year, but when I'm not working, the Range Rover plays a very important role in my life. It enriches my life like you would never believe. If I'm fishing, everything fits inside my car, including my dog, Clive. When I'm driving through those terrains, some of them very rough, in all elements of weather, it does the job. It It keeps me dry, it keeps me warm, but most importantly, it keeps me safe and brings me home every night.
We're at White Lodge to reveal the all-new Range Rover.
It's just such a brilliant, iconic brand.
I've got a few inklings about what's going on, but I've heard it's going to be spectacular.
A sign of luxury and the very best of what British can produce.
Chance to come here this evening on a beautiful evening, surrounded by these beautiful cars.